Should we set up an ABLE account or a special needs trust for our child? We get that question all the time from parents of children with special needs. Let's have a look at some of the key features of each to appreciate the differences. ABLE accounts first. These are for individuals whose disability began before age 26 and the disability meets the Social Security Administration's criteria for a disabling condition, which means it significantly limits the child's ability to function. Each person can only have one ABLE account, and there's an annual contribution limit as well as a lifetime contribution limit. In addition, the child could deposit earnings into the account. It is important to monitor the account balance because any amount over $100,000 counts towards the child's resource allowance for means-based benefits such as SSI, Medicaid, and state waivers. In Maryland, we have home and community-based options waiver, Maryland Community Pathways, Maryland Health Choice, and others. What does that mean? Since the child can only have $2,000 of resources to qualify for these benefits, if the ABLE account balance goes above $102,000, SSI payments would stop until the balance drops below that level again. Medicaid would not stop. How can the funds in the account be used? To pay for anything that improves the child's health, independence, and general quality of life. Think of education, transportation, housing, assistive technology, financial management, or healthcare expenses, and personal support services. There's one very attractive benefit. When housing is paid for from this account, it will not reduce SSI. Is there a penalty if funds are used for something else? Yes, 10%. And what happens with the funds that are in the account when the child dies? The state may claim a payback for the total value of services it provided to the child after the date the account was set up. Now let's look at special needs trusts. There are two kinds. First-party special needs trust, which can hold the beneficiary's own assets, and third-party special needs trusts, which can hold assets that parents, grandparents, or anyone else contributes to the trust. While a person can only have one ABLE account with a lifetime contribution limit, there are no limits for the number of trusts of either kind and no limits of how much these trusts can hold. First-party special needs trusts are typically set up if the beneficiary has more than $2,000 of resources and there's an interest in applying for SSI and other government benefits. The beneficiary must have a disabling condition and be younger than 65 when the trust is established. When the child dies, the state may claim a payback. However, in this case, the payback would be for all services provided during the child's entire life. A third-party special needs trust can be set up by anyone at any time. The biggest difference here is that there is no payback to the state when the child dies. Parents typically use these trusts to provide for management of the child's care for life. An experienced estate planning or elder law attorney would be able to advise parents on the design of such a trust so that it becomes a solid, customized support structure for the child. Now let's get back to our original question. Should you set up an ABLE account or a special needs trust? Generally, an ABLE account is not a good substitute for a special needs trust. Despite the additional costs of setting up a trust and administering it, these trusts are the parent's most powerful tool to protect and support their child's future. ABLE accounts are great additional tools. For example, if the child has a job and the child can save earnings and any unspent SSI benefits without violating the $2,000 resource limit. ABLE accounts can also rescue benefits if the child suddenly gets an inheritance. Consider both and seek the advice of an attorney with extensive experience in advising families of children with special needs. Protect your child's eligibility for benefits and leave behind a solid support structure for your child's life.